First question, how many times in a day the hands of the clock are straight? That's really interesting. How many times in a day the hands of the clock are straight? So just think about it. At what time the hands of the clock are straight? One of the times that usually come to our mind, well, look at this. The hands of the clock are in a straight line now, right? So what time it is? It's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, the two hands of the clock are in a straight line. Is there any other time the two hands of the clock are in a straight line? After 6. After 6, if it is 7 o'clock, can we say the two hands of the clock are in a straight line? Not really, but it happens after that. I'll show it. One moment. Now see this. 6 o'clock, the two hands of the clock are in a straight line. Perfectly all right. And after that 6 o'clock, what happens then? After 6 o'clock, if it goes around, well, when it comes to what, 7 o'clock, is the two hands of the clock in a straight line? Not really. But if it goes after 7, you see this? It's in a straight line. It's 180 degree now. It's not exactly 7.5. That's a few seconds after 7.5. So that's again in a straight line. So then what is the next time it happens? The next time it happens, it's keep on moving. Let's say it's keep on moving. It doesn't happen at 8 o'clock because 8 o'clock, it's not in a straight line. But after 8:10, see that? After 8:10, a few seconds after 8:10, that's in a straight line. Don't look at the seconds hand. We are talking about the hour hand and the minute hand. How many times a day the hands of the clock are in a straight line? In a clock question, always remember, if they talk about the hands of the clock, if it is not specifically mentioned, there must be mentioning. So the assumption is that always consider the hour hand and the minute, the minute hand, not the seconds hand. Okay, anyway, so these two hands, the minute hand and the hour hand, they are on a straight line at 8:10. After a few seconds after 8:10, now it keeps on moving. It happens after what? 9:15, right? So 9:15, somewhere here. Then it keeps on moving. How many times? Well, after 10:20, right? This is what it is. So how many times it happens? That's a question. How many times it's happened? Well, 6. After 7:5, 2 times. Then 8:10, that's the third time. Then 9:15, after that 9:15, 9:16, somewhere there. Then after 10, 20, so then 23, 20, between 22 and 23. So actually, if you count it that way, it happens 11 times in a 12-hour window. In 12 hours, it happens what? 11 times. These two hands of the clock makes that 180 degree. That's in a straight line. At the same time, you have to be aware of another situation here. The two hands of the clock, they are on a straight line when they are at 12 as well. See that? They are together. They are on a straight line. What is the question? How many times the two hands of the clock are straight? So now these two hands of the clock are straight. So at 12 o'clock. Now after 12, where exactly these two hands of the clock are straight? Let's take a look at this. After 12, see that? This is not exactly 1:5, but a few seconds after 1:5. The two hands of the clock are in a straight line. So from 12 o'clock to 1:05, it is pretty much after 65 minutes. 65 minutes and a few seconds. Then after that, 1:05, next time, then the two hands of the clock are together. If they are together, that's in a straight line as well. So after 2:10, so then again it's what? 65 minutes after that. So how many times it happens? 11 times it happens in 12 hours, 11 times. So 11 times the two hands of the clock are making 180 degree, and 11 times the two hands of the clock are together, that means 0 degree. So in 12-hour period of time, it happens what? 11 plus 11, 22 times. 22 times. So these 22 times, the two hands of the clock are in a straight line. And, well, if it's 12 hours, it's 22 times. The question is what? In a day. In a day means that's one 12-hour period and another 12-hour period. So it is 22 plus 22, 44 times. It happens in what? 44 times. So that is what the answer is. Number 2. If it was a Saturday on 10th November 2018, then what was the day of the week on 15th August 2017? Okay, so we have a reference date is given and we need to find another date. So these kind of questions we have done earlier. So let's take a look at that. 15th of August 2017, that is what we need to find out. And what it is given to us is 10th of November 2018. So that is given as what? Saturday. So let's try this. 15th of August to 10th of November 2018. 15th of August 2017 to 10th of November 2018. So first of all, it is 1 year plus a few more months. So we go for year-wise calculation first. 15th of August 2018. From 15th of August 2018, now we have to reach 10th of November 2018. So how many days balance in the month of August in the year 2018? August 31 days, 31 minus 15, so 16 days. So August we have 16 days. September we have 30 days. And November we have 10 days. We need to consider only 10 days. So 16 by 7 remainder is what? 2. 30 by 7 remainder is what? 2. 10 by 7 remainder is 3. At the same time, 15th of August 2017 to 2018, that is what? That is 1. That means 17 and 18 are non-leap years, so that's 1 as well. So ultimately, until we reach from 15th of August 2017 to 10th of November 2018, so how many odd days in between? 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 1, 8. 8 by 7 remainder is what? 1. So ultimately 1 odd day. If it is 1 odd day, whatever day here, we have no idea, that day plus 1 odd day, that's a Saturday. So that day must be, it's supposed to be a Friday. So the answer for that question must be Friday. See that, Friday. So you have total 8 odd days. 8 by 7, final number of odd days is 1. So Friday plus that 1, that would be Saturday. So which day was that day? 15th of August 2017, that was a Friday. Or you may do that calculation another way. So this 1 odd day is the difference, right? So what you have given is Saturday. So this day would be 1 day before that because that is towards the past. So we have to subtract. So Saturday minus 1. Saturday minus 1 is what? Friday. Same logic. Either you add some kind of day here, we have no idea. That day plus 1 is a Saturday. So that day must be Friday. Or Saturday is here. Saturday minus 1. What do you get? Friday. Either way, the answer is Friday. Question number 3. It's pretty much a direction sense question. if the southeast becomes north, okay, southeast becomes north. So where is the southeast? We'll take a look at where is the southeast. This is south, this is east. So this is southeast. And southeast becomes north. So southeast becomes north. So southeast becomes north means southeast has to rotate pretty much what? Anti-clockwise. How many degrees? 45 plus 90. So 135 degree to reach north. So southeast becomes north. So it is pretty much rotated. So southeast becomes north. So that is pretty much 135 degree anti-clockwise. Then northeast becomes west. So this is northeast. Northeast must be here. Northeast becomes west. So northeast is rotated. Northeast is supposed to be here. That becomes west. So again that is rotated anti-clockwise 135 degrees. And so on. Then what will southwest become? Southwest. Where is southwest? This is the southwest. Southwest become what? 135 degree anti-clockwise. This is anti-clockwise 135 degrees. So this is 45 degree, this is 90 degree. So 45 plus 90, so 135 degree. So southwest become what? East. So the answer is what? East. Next question. Find the missing number in the following series. So what kind of a series it is? Let's find the missing number here. 5, 15, 7, 41, 9, 71, 11. So 5, 19, 7, 41, 9, 71, 11. So if you look at this way, if you connect these numbers 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. But actually that is not the number we are looking for. We are looking for the number here. So this one is not really asked for us. So we know that number, but it is not useful at all. So now we try the other one. So 19, 41, 71. And what is this number? So 19 and 41, what is the difference? 19, 20, 22 is the difference. Well, 41 and 71, the difference is 30. So 22 plus 8 is 30. Then next difference, 30 plus 8, that can be 38. Or 22 plus 8 is 30. Next difference can be 30 plus 10, that is 40. So this difference can be 40. If that difference is 40, 71 plus 40, 111. So we don't have such an answer here, 111. So next possibility, this difference 22 and 8 is 30. 30 plus 8 is 38. So 71 plus 38. 71 plus 30, 101. 101 plus 8, 109. Yes, we have the answer 109. At the same time, be aware that 111 can be a correct answer as well. But in this case, we don't have such an answer choice. So no need to worry about such an answer. Next one. Number 5. Which number will replace the question mark in the following series? That means we are looking for the next number in the series or missing number in the series. So let's look at this. 3, 7, 16, 35, question mark, and 153. So 3, 7, 16, 35, 153. Is there a pattern? Well, 3 into 2, 6, and 7 is slightly more than that. 7 into 2 is 14, and 16 is slightly more than that. 16 into 2 is 32, and 35 is slightly more than that. Okay, so let's try that. 3 into 2, 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 into 2 is 14 plus 2 is 16. 16 into 2, 32 plus 3 is 35. 35 into 2, 70. 70 plus 4, 74. If 74 is the correct answer, do we get the same pattern? 74 into 2 plus 5. 74 into 2 is 148. 148 plus 5 is 153. Perfectly all right. So the answer is 74. Now number 5. Okay, number 5 is done. Number 6. Which letter will replace the question mark in the following series? So that's pretty much a letter series. Letter series, what we do usually, position values of letters A, B, E, J, Q. So position values of letters, always remember E, J, E, J. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And 1, 2, 5, 10, and 17. So these are the position values. If you have that position values, then let's check it out. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 7 is 17. So 1, 3, 5, 7. Next one must be 9. So 17 plus 9 is 26. So 26 the letter. The answer is Z. So where is Z? Right here. So the answer is Z. Number 7. Here is a blood relation question. Hope you can read that question, or let me make that letters a bit large. Okay, so Manu introduced Maya. So let's say we have Maya here. Maya. She is the mother, so Maya is the mother, so Maya is a female. So Manu introduced Maya. She is the mother of the son of, she is the mother of the son. Son of who? Son of the only brother of my wife. So Manu, Manu's wife, Manu's wife's brother, brother's son. And Maya is the mother of that brother's, Manu's wife's brother's son. So Maya is the mother. So that means Manu's wife's brother is married to what? Maya. So here is a couple, and this is Manu and wife. And here Manu's wife and this Maya's husband, they are siblings. Okay, that is the relation we have. Then what is the relation between Maya and Manu? What's the relation between Maya and Manu? So if you have a question like this, who is immediately before the question mark? Manu. So from Manu's point of view, who is Maya? Manu's point of view, who is Maya? So Maya must be Manu's wife's brother's wife. So this Manu's wife and this Maya's husband. So when you look at this, Maya's husband is Manu's brother-in-law. Well, Maya's husband is Manu's brother-in-law. And Maya is what? Manu's brother-in-law's wife. We don't have such an answer choice here. Brother-in-law's wife. So I believe there is some kind of wording is missing in here. They probably they tried to mean that how is, or what is the relation between Maya's husband and Manu. So if the question is what is the relation between Maya's husband and Manu. So from Manu's point of view, Maya's husband is what? The brother-in-law. In that case, we get the answer, brother-in-law. So this one part is missing. What is it? Maya's husband. So what is the relation between Maya's husband and Manu? That would be the question. So you have to reframe the question. At least you thought about this kind of possibilities. You got this arrangement. Then even though your answer is not among the answer choices, what you have done is correct. So appreciate yourself. Pat your shoulder and say, well done. Number 8. So this case, it's again a type of blood relation question. We have done this type of questions earlier many times. A plus B means A is the wife of B. And A minus B, A is the husband of B. A into B means A is the son of B. A divided by B means A is the mother of B. So here we have a relation here, T plus Q. Well, A plus B means A is the wife of B. So T is the wife of Q. So T is the wife of Q. So T and Q are married. So naturally Q is the husband. And Q into P. Q into P means Q is the son of P. So Q is the son of P. And now P minus U. P minus U means P is the husband of U. P must be the husband of U. So U is a female, P is the husband. And U divided by R means U is the mother of R. So U must be the mother of R. So that means Q and R are siblings. And R divided by S means R is the mother of S. R is the mother of S. So R is a female. And Q and R are siblings. Now S plus V. S plus V means S is the wife of V. So S plus V, S is the wife of V. So V is the husband. Now the question, how is R related to Q? So R related to Q. So Q's point of view, who is R? So Q's point of view, who is R? R is what? The sister. Yes, the answer right here, sister. I hope you got the answer right. Now, question number 9. Which two signs should be interchanged in the following equation to make it correct? Which two signs? So this kind of question, we don't have any other choice but go with the trial and error. So try the first answer choice. If it doesn't work, go for second one. If it doesn't work, go for third one. Even if the third one doesn't work, then fourth one must be the answer. So in that case, you don't need to try the fourth one. If 1, 2, 3 don't work, then fourth one must be the answer. If the first one works, that would be the answer. If second one works, that would be the answer. If third one works, that would be the answer. So let's try this. 12, and what are the symbols to be interchanged? So let's say plus and divided by. So the minus has no change. So this minus as it is. Then 8 plus and divided by must be interchanged. So instead of plus, we put divided by. See that? Instead of plus, divided by. Then we have 12 and multiplication. There is no change for that. 9. Then divided by. Instead of divided by, we have plus. Divide by and plus must be interchanged. Then we have 3 equal to 9. So let's check it whether this, when you solve this, do we get 9? So first of all, apply the BODMAS. BODMAS means bracket. We don't have bracket here. Order of, order means power of. We don't have power here. Then division. So if there is a division, we have to do the division first. So 8 divided by 12. So 8 divided by 12, this is what? 8 by 12. 8 by 12 is what? 2 by 3. 2 by 3. So pretty much this part will take 2 by 3. So 12 minus 2 by 3. This part is 2 by 3. 2 by 3 into 9. So after division, it's multiplication plus 3. Let's see what happens here. So now multiplication. After division, it must be multiplication. So you have to multiply 2 by 3 into 9. So when you solve it, what you get is 3. 3 into 2, 6. So 12 minus 6 plus 3. 12 minus 6 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. Yes, we got it. So from the first attempt, we got it. So that means we don't need to touch any of those answer choices. So right here. But if you did not get it from the first attempt, first answer choice, you should have gone for the second one. So, well, if it is third or fourth one is the answer, then you have to try each one. In that case, the question must be little time consuming. In this case, it was pretty easy, straightforward. Now, question number 10. The dig is scored as 25, cut is scored as 49. So that's coding decoding type of question. Dig is 25, D-I-G, 25. Cut is 49, 49. So 4, 9, 7. So 4, 9, 7, how do we get 25? This one 3, 21, 20. Let's check it out. 4 plus 9 plus 7. How much is that? 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 plus 7 is 20. And this is 25. How do you get that? 25. Probably this 20 and 5 is added with that as a constant. Now let's try cut. 3, 21 and 20. 21 plus 3, 24. 24 plus 20 is 44. 44 and this is 49. So how much is added? 5 is added. Okay, that's good. Here it's 5 added. Here it's 5 added. So that is a simple pattern. Then how about kick? So in that case, let's try kick. Kick is straightforward, pretty simple. 11, 9. So 11 plus 9 is 20. Then 3, 11. So 20 plus 14, 34. 34 plus 5 must be added with that. 34 plus 5 is 39. So right here, 39 is the answer. 39. Next one. Book is to paper. Okay, so what is that? Book is to paper. What's the connection? This is analogy type question. If it's analogy type question, book and paper. At a glance, we can see that, what book is made from the paper, right? Or book contains paper. And butter. Butter is made from what? Milk, water, juice, and coconut. Well, definitely milk is the answer. So it is raw material and final product. So paper to book, same way. Milk to butter. 12. CDAF. So CDAF, it's given as what? X, W, Z, U. Is there a connection? C and X. Is there a connection? D and W. A and Z. F and U. C is the third letter. X is the 24th letter. And D is the fourth letter. W is 23rd letter. A is the first letter. C is 26th letter. So 3 and 24. 3 plus 24 is 27. 4 and 23, that's 27. 1 and 26, that's 27. So that's pretty much, these are complementary letters. That means C is the third letter from the left end and X is the third letter from the right end. Same way, D is the fourth letter from the left end, W is the fourth letter from the right end. So these are complementary letters. So if you try that way, the easiest way to find the complementary letters, the sum of the position values of these complementary letters are always 27. So this is 4. 4 plus 23 is 27. So the first letter of your answer must be W. And E is 5. 5 plus 22 is 27. So V is the second letter. F, 6. Well, 6 plus 21 is 27. So U. And C. C is what? 3. 3 plus 24. So X. So W, V, U, X. W, V, U, X. That's the answer. Alright, so this one's pretty much what, at a glance you can see that these are deduction or syllogism type of questions. So if deduction or syllogism type of questions, what do? Just go for the diagram first, basic diagram. So these are the statements. Some mirrors are combs, some mirrors are combs, and some combs are stools. Some combs are stools. And conclusion. All stools are either mirrors or combs. All stools. First conclusion. All stools. Look at all stools. Are either mirrors or combs. That means all the stools, either it must be mirrors or it must be combs. Well, at a glance you can see that some of the stools are combs, but the other stools are not combs and they are not mirrors as well. So that means all stools are either mirrors or combs. It's invalid. Doesn't follow. Now, second one. Some stools are combs. Some stools, are they combs? Yes, that's correct. So second one follows. So what is the answer? Only 2 follows. Answer choice 3. Only 2 follows. That would be the answer. Number 14. Well, this question number 13, you just check your answer key. I think answer key is marked in a slightly different way. So no need to worry about. This is the correct answer. What is the correct answer? Only 2 follows. Number 14. Select the odd one out. Dictionary, biography, atlas, directory. Well, dictionary, biography, atlas, directory. So dictionary, biography, atlas. Atlas is the group of maps, or it's a collection of maps is called atlas. So all other things, dictionary, biography, directory, these are, the purpose is different, right? So dictionary, biography, directory. So these are, when you look at, you may have a feel like atlas is the correct answer, but there is another logic behind this. Dictionary we use to find out something, find the usage or meaning of the word. Biography, do we use to check something out? Any kind of information from the biography? Well, up to a certain extent. Atlas, we check to find out location. So this is the meaning, to find out the meaning of words. This one, atlas for location, and directory for information about like address, all those kind of things. Address, names, all those kind of things. Designations. So that's directory. Or phone numbers. Telephone directory, probably you remember the telephone directory we had when such a time we had land phones at every home. We had a huge directory given from BSNL as well, that point of time. I think some of you remember those old days. Okay, so that is directory to check the phone number or address. So you need to use the directory for that, atlas for location, and dictionary for meaning. Biography, you read the life of like the other people. You don't need to find any information, but that people, you can use them as a role model, those kind of things. So that case, biography is the answer, right? So which is the best answer here? I feel like biography is the best answer. So that's an odd one out here. A cube is painted yellow on all faces and is cut into 27 small cubes of equal size. How many small cubes are painted on only one face? So let's say this is the one you have. So this is like painted yellow. So assume that it's painted yellow on all the sides. So this is one side of the cube. So how many pieces are there on this side? So this is what, like this is just one layer. So we have 9 of them, right? So 9, and we have 3 layers. Assume that there are 3 layers. So 3 in 9 into 3. 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. So 9. So 9 into 3 layers. So 27 total. So how many cubes with exact only one face painted? So this case, this face is painted, this face is painted, all the faces are painted, right? So but when you look at this face of the cube, the face of the large cube, these smaller cubes, these sides are painted, these sides are painted, these sides are painted. So ultimately the cubes on these edges like either 3 sides painted or 2 sides painted, those possibilities are there. But this middle cube here, that's only one face of that smaller cube in the middle, only one face is painted. So in a large face, only one small cube is painted with exact one face. Only one face is painted. So how many such faces we have for this large cube? If it's a cube, there are 6 faces, right? 6 faces. So this one of the face, if you look at this, only one of the yellow cube, one of the small yellow cube with one side painted. So there are 6 faces means there are 6 yellow cubes with exact one side painted. So the answer is what? 6. This is the answer. Now next question. The question, a college provide different activities. College union represents a triangle. So this is college union. Triangle. So the green color represents college union. College union. And blood donors club represented by the rectangle. So blood donors club. So we'll go for a different color for blood donors club. So that is BD. Blood donors, and the circle, that is AIDS awareness club, is represented by the circle. So that, let it be white color. Now the question, those who take part in both AIDS awareness, that means circle, and blood donors club, that means rectangle, circle and rectangle. So intersection of circle and rectangle, but not in college union. So they are not the part of the college union. So they are out of the college union triangle, but they must be both in AIDS and, well, blood donors, AIDS awareness club and blood donors club. So they must be at the intersection of circle and rectangle, but out of the triangle. So this would be that 4. So 4 only. That's the answer. And this one, find the missing number from the alternatives. Okay, let's take a look at that. What is the pattern? So 2, 5, 9. So 2, 5, 9, 14, 20, and something missing here, and 35, 44. So is there a connection here? Is there a pattern here? 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 5 is 14, 14 plus 6. Yes, that is a pattern. Straightforward question. 2 plus 3, 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. 14 plus 6 is 20. Then 20 plus 7 must be 27. 20 plus 7, 27. 27 plus 8. 27 plus 8 is 35. 35 plus 9 is 44. Perfectly all right. So what is missing? 27. So 27 is the answer. Number 18. It talks about the moving of Alan. Alan was facing east when he started from his home. Okay, so he was facing east when he started from his home. So this is his home. He started from his home. He was facing east. He took 2 right turns. So one right turn means this is a right turn towards the south. Then he took another right turn, that is towards the west. Right turn. So 2 right turns. He took 2 right turns and 1 left turn. From here he made a left turn as well. Left turn means towards south. So that 1 left turn to reach his school. So his school must be here. So in which direction he must be facing on reaching the school. By the time he reaches the school, he must be facing this direction. What is the direction? South. So south is the answer. Simple question. Number 19. A's mother is a sister of B. So A's mother, well, A A's mother, whoever it is, we have no idea. A's mother, this person, A's mother is a sister of B, and has a daughter. So A's mother is the sister of B, and A's mother has a daughter. And who is that daughter? It could be A or somebody else. Then how can A be related to B from amongst the following? So A is related to B. From B's point of view, who is A? That's a question. A's mother is the sister of B. So A's mother is the sister of B and has a daughter C. Okay, so that clearly says that it has a daughter C. So that daughter is C. So A's mother is a sister of B and has a daughter C. That means A's mother has a daughter C. And what is the gender of A? Still we are not clear. How can A be related to B amongst the following? So from B's point of view, who is A? B's point of view, who is A? B's sister's son or daughter. A means son or daughter. Gender of A is not clear. So it's son or daughter. So it would be either nephew or niece. So we have son, no. Uncle, no. Daughter, no. So the answer is what? None of this. Again, simple question. Number 20 and 21. 2 questions. Well, select the odd one. Pick the one which is different from the group. Which one is different here? Let's look at 21 first. Quintal, carat, liters, ounce. Quintal is to measure what? The mass, the weight. Carat, carats of what? It's the weight of diamond is measured in carats. So that is, again, that's a solid thing, right? So that's a measurement for unit for mass. This is a unit for mass. Mass means weight. And liters, that's a unit for liquid. And ounce can be both, right? Ounce glass, that can be for liquid, that can be for solid as well. 1 ounce of solid as well. So which is different here? Liters. All the other 3 you can use it for measuring mass or solid substances. And liter, it is only for liquid substance. And 699, 377, 399, 369. All right, so this case, if you take a look at 699, is it a prime number? And 377. How do you check it whether it's a prime number or not? The best way to check it, if it's an even number, any even number other than 2, it's not a prime number. So this is not a prime number. This is not a even number, but it's an odd number. So look at the sum of the digits here. 6 plus 9 plus 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 plus 6 is 24. 24 is a multiple of 3. 699 must be a multiple of 3. So it's not a prime number. 377. 7 plus 7. 14. 14 plus 3 is 17. Well, it's not a multiple of 3. Then 399. So 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 plus 3 is 21. That's a multiple of 3 because 21 is a multiple of 3. So this number must be a multiple of 3 as well. That is how we check the divisibility of 3. Then 369. Well, 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 is a multiple of 3. So that is divisible by 3. I'm pretty sure you have done this divisibility check in quantitative methods with SPCR, right? So if that is the case, this is divisible by 3, this is divisible by 3, this is divisible by 3, and this one is not divisible by 3. That can be an answer. Well, this question, I think there are some of the misleading answers are given in the answer key as well. There could be more than one answer, but this case 377 is the correct answer. If you can find one more answer which is different from this, that means that makes the question logically wrong. If you get more than one answer and there is no possibility to indicate both answer choices, then question could be logically wrong. So this may happen in the actual exam. Even this NTA exams, I have seen this kind of like logical errors in UGC NET exam. NTA is the body conducts UGC NET exam as well. So in your case, yeah, there could be one or two questions with a logical error, but don't expect all the questions will have a logical error. Don't expect that. One or two questions. That's normal. So here, this is the best answer what I see. Number 22. Consider the given statements to be true and decide which of the given conclusions or assumptions can definitely be drawn from the given statements. Okay, so these are the pattern, the style of the questions, exactly as the questions, exactly as what syllogism questions. So we go for diagrams, one diagram. So which are the statements we have? Some papers are notes, some notes are documents. Some papers are notes, some notes are documents. Conclusion. Some notes are papers. Well, some notes are papers. Yes, that's correct. Some notes are papers. And some documents are notes. Some documents are notes. Yes, that's correct. So some papers are notes, some notes are documents, and some notes are papers. Yes, some notes are papers, and some documents are notes. Some documents are notes. So ultimately, both conclusions, both 1 and 2 follow. So the answer, this is what the answer is. Both 1 and 2 follow. Now 23. 5, 11, 21, 43, 85. So what is the pattern? 5 and 11, 21, 43, 85. What's the next number in the series? So 5 and 11, difference is 6. Let me use another color for that, so that would be easy for us to recognize. So 6, 11 and 21, the difference is 10. 21 and 43, the difference is 22. Then 43 and 85, the difference is 42, right? Well, 6, 10. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 12 is 22. 22 plus 20. If you take differences of differences, you may get the answer as well. But there is another way to get the answer. 5 into 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11. 11 into 2 is 22 minus 1 is 21. 21 into 2 is what? 42 plus 1, 43. 43 into 2, 86 minus 1 is 85. So plus 1 minus 1, plus 1 minus 1. Then the answer must be 85 into 2 plus 1. 85 into 2, 170 plus 1, 171. The answer must be 171. By opening the given dice, so this is the given dice, 3 pictures of the same dice, and when you open it, something like this, when you open like this, which of the given figures can be formed? So when you open this dice, actually this is only one dice, but it is 3 pictures of the one dice is given. So when you open it, which picture you get? So dice, there is a peculiarity when the numbers are marked on the dice. See that 6 and 4 are adjacent. If 6 and 4 are adjacent, when you open it, 6 and 4 cannot be opposite. Which are the numbers which is opposite on a open dice? Here, if it is 4 here and 6 here, when you fold it to form this dice, the 6 and 4 must be opposite always. When you try to fold it, when you make a dice, that is going to be these numbers. The numbers alternate. That means 4 and 1 are opposite, 4 and 6 are opposite, 2 and 1 are opposite. So this case in the given dice, 4 and 6 are adjacent. So 4 and 6 cannot be opposite. So first one cannot be the answer. Now second one. Second one, look at 5 and 6. 5 and 6 are adjacent, perfectly all right. 5 and 1, it is opposite when you try to form a dice using this open dice, 5 and 1 are going to be opposite. Okay, so here it's no issues. It doesn't give, it is not really given as 5 and 1 are adjacent. So 5 and 1 can be opposite. Then 6 and 4 are adjacent. Well, this case 6 and 2 are opposite. That's okay. Here this word 6 and 2. 6 and 2 must be adjacent. Here it's 6 and 2 are opposite. So this one cannot be the answer. Then third one, 6 and 4 adjacent. This case 6 and 4 adjacent. 6 and 4 adjacent, perfectly all right. Then 2 and 6, well, 2 here, 6 here, that's adjacent, perfectly all right. Then 4 and 3 must be opposite. Well, 4 and 3, it can be opposite, that's fine. Then 3 and 5 are adjacent. Yes, 3 and 5 are adjacent. And of course, 6 is opposite to 1. So 6 is adjacent to 5. That is perfectly all right. And 3 and 1 are adjacent. Okay, that's fine. 3 and 1 are adjacent. And 2 and 1 are adjacent. 2 and 1 are adjacent. Seems like 3 is perfectly all right. Anyway, we check that the fourth one as well. So here 2, 1. 6 is opposite to 4. Look at that. 6 and 4. 6 and 4 must be adjacent. That cannot be opposite. Here 6 and 4 are opposite. So this is the answer. Confirmed. Number 25. How many triangles can be formed using the given figure? So let's count it. 1 triangle, 2, 3, 4. Right? 4 triangles from here. This is symmetrical picture. So if you counted this part, whatever happens on this side must be on this side as well. So if you count it like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 triangles. Now we combine this. You mark it as 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 and 2 together, it's a triangle. 2 and 3 together, triangle. 3 and 4 together, triangle. So the best way to count these figures, you know what, we take it as T1. T1 means 1 triangle at a time. That means we take 1, that's 1 triangle. If you take 2, that's 1 triangle. If you take 3, that's 1 triangle. If you take 4, that's 1 triangle. So if you take T1, 1 piece at a time, we have 4 such triangles. Now we take T2. T2 means 2 triangles at a time. Any 2 triangles at a time. See that 1 and 2 together, that's a triangle. 2 and 3 together, it's a triangle. 3 and 4 together is a triangle. So 1 and 2 together, it's a triangle. 2 and 3 together, triangle. 3 and 4 together, triangle. So we have 3 triangles. Now for the time being, we are just looking at this half, only 1 half of it. All right, okay. Now we take 3 triangles, 3 pieces at a time. 1, 2, 3 together, that is a triangle. 1, 2, 3 together. Then 2, 3, 4 together, that's another triangle. So we have 2 of them. Now if you take all the 4 pieces, 1, 2, 3 and 4, so T4, we have 1 triangle. So ultimately, 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 3 is 10. So we have 10 triangles here. And we have 10 triangles at the bottom as well, bottom piece. On the top of that, so far we have 20. On the top of that, we have some of the triangles that can be formed from combining these 2 that we haven't done earlier. So we'll take a look at that. Triangles from the first half and triangles from the second half. So let's say mark it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have taken the combination of 1, 2, 3, 4 separate, and we have taken the combination of 5, 6, 7, 8 separate. Now we need to take the combination of 1 and 5. Is it a triangle? Well, that is not a triangle, so that doesn't work. How about like 2 and 6? Well, 2 and 6 is a triangle, possible. So 2 pieces together, when you combine it, we have 2 pieces together, 2 and 6, possible. 3 and 7, possible. So we have 2 of them. Apart from what we have here, this is additional. Is there anything else we have? Now if you combine, let's say 3, 4, 7, 8. So 3, 4, 7, 8, you have a triangle. So there's 4 pieces together, that's a triangle. Same way, 1, 2, 5, 6, that's another triangle. So we have 2 more. So 4 pieces together, we have 2 more. So ultimately, the answer choices are given 10, 24, 22, and 20. So here we have 20 from the first half, and from the second half we have 20. Then we combine all this, what we get, 2 here and 2 here. So 24 is the answer. We have the answer right here, 24. So we come to an end of this paper. I hope you have enjoyed it, especially that counting of figures and those related questions over there. Of course, we have done these questions earlier, and this is pretty much a practice, and we keep on doing this kind of questions when we meet next time as well. So it's a pleasure working with you guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Dear students, welcome back to CUET Model Exams video solutions of the session Quantitative Aptitude. So here we can consider the given 25 questions and those answers or the solutions of those questions. So how we can trickyly approach most of the questions, you will get some of the basic insights related to the application style of those types of questions. Here we can consider our first question. It's from the topic time and distance. With an average speed of 40 km per hour, a train reaches its destination on time. If it goes with an average speed of 35 km per hour, it is late by 15 minutes, the total journey. So here we just consider it's in a practical way the distance we assumed that as d. If this distance is covered at a speed of 35 km per hour, it will take 15 minutes more than the time when the distance covered at a speed of 40 km per hour. That means this is 15 minutes. You have to express this minutes in the form of hours. So this is a direct application. So then we can find out what is the value of d by using this relationship. So while considering the set of values here, we just simplify the values here. This right side, this will be equal to 1 by 4. On left side, we can do the operations like this one. This is 40 minus 35. Divided by 40 into 35. On right side, this is equal to 1 by 4. So therefore, what is the value of d? This is 1 by 4 into. So this value 40 into 35 divided by. What is this 40 minus 35? That's equal to 5. So here, while simplifying this one, this is 4 into 5, that will be equal to 20. So this is 20 and 40, we can simplify them. So therefore, this is 2 into 35. So that is 70. So therefore, the distance is 70 km. So in such type of questions, there is a direct application style. So here, this is the concept of time difference. So therefore, if this is one speed, this is another speed. So we can consider speed 1. So that is 40 km per hour. And speed 2. So that is 35 km per hour. And here I am giving T. T stands for time difference here. Time difference here. So time difference, it is given as 15 minutes, or it's an important step. We have to convert it into the form of hours, or which is equal to 1 by 4 hours. So you can apply a direct result for finding the distance in such a situation. So distance equal to speed 1 into speed 2 into this time difference divided by speed 1 minus speed 2. That means you have to take the largest value of these two speeds, that is the first one. That's it. Or you have to take the difference between the speeds in the denominator. So you don't want to bother about which is S1, which is S2. That's not a matter here. Okay. So here what you want to do, you just substitute the values here. This is 40 into 35 into, so we already got the time, that is 1 by 4. Divided by speed 1 minus speed 2, here that is 40 minus 35. By using this result, you can directly reach a conclusion. The concept behind that result is this one. Here we are considering the time difference. So there's a time taken while traveling at 35 km per hour. There's a time taken while traveling at 40 km per hour. Based on this idea, these types of result-wise approaches will help you to save the time at the time of exam. Therefore, you have to by heart those results. Or we can move to the next question. If area of a triangle is 81 centimeter square and its semi-perimeter is 27 centimeter, then the area of incircle of the triangle. So it's also based on a very important result. So what is that important result? So in radius of a triangle, in radius, that is R. In radius in the sense, that's the incircle's radius. That is area divided by semi-perimeter. Area divided by semi-perimeter. So this is in radius. So with the help of this result, you can directly reach the conclusion. Here we have the area, so that is 81. And semi-perimeter. Semi-perimeter, it means half of the perimeter of that triangle. So here, while simplifying this quantity, we will get this is 3. So 3 centimeter, that is radius. Therefore, area of incircle. So therefore, the area of incircle. Got it? So we have to find out the area of incircle. We know that area of circle is nothing but pi r square. Here we have the radius equal to 3. Therefore, this is pi into 3 square. So that is equal to 9 pi centimeter square. So the answer is 9 pi centimeter square. So this result is very important. Keep it in your mind. The next question. 2 plus x root 3 equal to 1 plus 1 by 2 plus root 3, then the simplest value of x. So I will teach you the most easiest approach towards such a question. This is the question from the area, surds. Maybe you heard about the term surd. Got it? So this is a surd in the sense the values in this form. So these are basically rational numbers. So a surd, its general form, it contains 2 parts. One is rational and the other one is irrational part. So on right side, this is 1 divided by 2 plus root 3. So what you can do, you can rationalize the denominator of this right side surd. For that purpose, what you want to do, you just multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the surd. Conjugate in the sense you just take the difference here. So this is 2 plus root 3. Its conjugate, that simply you have to understand that is 2 minus root 3. What is the logic behind that? Whenever we are multiplying these two denominators, that will act in the form of a plus b into a minus b. Hence, we can avoid such irrational expressions from the denominator. So then, after simplifying this one, what you will get? This numerator, it becomes 2 minus root 3. But the denominator, what will happen here? This is 2 into 2. So this is in the form a plus b into a minus b. As you know, a plus b into a minus b is nothing but a square minus b square. By using that idea, this is 2 square minus root 3 square. So 2 square is equal to 4 and root 3 square equal to 3. Therefore, the denominator becomes 1. So therefore, this is simply 2 minus root 3. So what's on the left side? This is 2 plus x root 3. Just observe the values here. Here 2, it's matching. Root 3 is also here. So therefore, what you can write? You can write x root 3. So that is minus root 3. Or this we can write as minus 1 into root 3. Got it? So therefore, what is the value of x here? That is minus 1. Got it? So that's a simple conclusion here. This is the answer. X equal to negative 1. Then the next question. The shadow of a tree when the angle of elevation of the sun is 45 degree is found to be 20 meter long than when it is 60 degree. Find the height of the tree. So here, again, I will give a super method for finding the answer that's based on the ratios. So what you have to keep it in your mind, first of all, you have to understand the relationship here. So here we just consider two very important ratios. So I will teach you two very important ratios here. So those two important ratios are, suppose if these angles are 45 degree, so this is 45 degree and this is 90 degree. Here the sides are in the ratio 1:1:√2. Sides are in this ratio. Instead, if the angles are 60 degree, then this is 30 degree and this is right angle. In such a situation, the sides are in the ratio 1:1, that's opposite to 30 degree, and √3, that is opposite to 60 degree, 2, that is a hypotenuse. So keep these two important ratios in your mind. With the help of these two ratios, we can easily guess the answer of such a question. What you have to consider in such a situation here, if you are considering the diagram for this question. So here, so this angle of elevation. So if it is 45 degree, at that time we will get a figure like this. So this is 45 degree situations at that time. So where is the sun's position? If you are extending this one, the sun's position is over here. So this is the position of the sun. If you are considering 60 degree, at that time how it will be, this angle of elevation becomes 60 degree. So at that time, this diagram we can draw it like this. So this is 60 degree situation. Clear? These two are two different situations. Here, this is the position of sun at first. So here, this is the position of sun in the second situations. So here, this angle is 45 degree and this angle is 60 degree. Clear? Then, here the shadow of the tree when the angle of elevation is 45 degree found to be 20 meter longer than when it is 60 degree. So this distance is 20 meter. So this distance is 20 meter. Then we can apply the ratios here. So first of all, we just consider these two sides are in the ratio 1:1. Clear? 1:1. So before that, I am going to insert the ratio values related to 60 degree. So if it is 60 degree, this is 30 degree. Therefore, its opposite side, that is 1. So this is 1. So therefore, opposite 60, so that is √3. As we know, if it is √3, this entire length will be equal to √3. Correct? So therefore, we are considering what is this remaining. Here we know that this entire length, just because of that 45 degree condition. So entire length that also be equal to √3 because 1:1. So therefore, what is this remaining distance that is equal to? So this distance equal to √3 minus 1. Because this portion is 1, therefore this remaining portion is √3 minus 1. We are connecting it. It is given that √3 minus 1 is representing 20 meter. So it's a unitary approach. Then what we have to find out? We need to find out the height of the tree. As per our assumption, what is the height of the tree here? That is √3. So then what this √3 represents? So it's a direct unitary kind of approach. So this is 20 divided by this value, that is √3 minus 1 into this value, that is √3. So here again, we can rationalize the denominator for finding the final value. This is 20 √3 into its conjugate, that is √3 plus 1 divided by, this is √3 minus 1 on denominator already there into √3 plus 1. So this numerator, we can convert it as 20 into, this is √3 into √3, we can write that as 3, and this is √3 into 1, so that is √3, correct, divided by, this will be √3 square, that is 3, 1 square, that is 1. Here this is 2, then 2 and 20 we can simplify, that's equal to 10. So 10 into 3, that is 30, plus 10 into √3, that is 10 √3. It is given that the value of √3 as 1.73. Therefore, for finding the final value, this is 30 plus 10 into 1.73. This is 10 into 1.73. So what will happen? This is equal to 17.3. So 30 plus 17.3, what will be the value? That is 47.3. So this is the answer here. So therefore, the nearest such value, that is 47.39. So this is the way to reach the conclusion instead of the application of trigonometrical ratios by using these ratios directly. So here we don't want to apply the trigonometrical results for finding the answer for such a type of question. So you can directly apply these ratios for finding the answer of similar type of question. Consider the next question. If alpha and beta are the roots of the equation x square minus 7x plus 12 equal to 0, then alpha square plus beta square. If alpha and beta are the roots, then alpha plus beta, we know that that is minus b by a. So while we are considering the quadratic equation in the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, this is a standard form of a quadratic equation. That is minus b by a. As per this result, that is minus of minus 7, that is equal to 7 divided by 1. And what is alpha beta? So that is the product of the roots. Product of the roots, that is c by a. Here c is equal to 12, therefore that is simply 12. Got it? So this is alpha plus beta and alpha beta. Then we are moving to the given expressions. So here the given expression, that is alpha square plus beta square. So how we can expand it with the help of identity? So here we know that that is alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 times of alpha beta. Here we know that alpha plus beta the whole square is equal to alpha square plus beta square plus 2 times of alpha beta. We just deduct that 2 times of alpha beta from this expression. So with the help of these two values, which you already found, so what is the value of alpha plus beta? That is 7. So therefore that is 7 square minus 2 times of 12. So here this is equal to 49 minus 24. So the final answer is 25. So that is alpha square plus beta square, that is equal to 25. So with the help of identity and this basic understanding, we can find the answer of similar type of a question. Then consider the next question. Find out the capital required to earn a monthly interest of 600 per month as 6% simple interest. So per month, it's very important, per month. Find out the capital requirement to earn a monthly interest. It's simple interest. Here we know that the result for finding simple interest, that is PNR by 100. Got it? Here N, it's representing number of years, of in this case that is number of months. Here what do you want to do? Here 6%. This is simple interest, that is 600. Don't forget this is monthly interest. So P into, what is the number of years? Here we have to consider it's in the case of monthly or month, per month. Therefore what you have to write? You have to enter that N as 1 by 12. That is 1 month. 1 month in the sense that is 1 by 12 of a year. And here the rate of interest, usually that given in the form of annual rate, that is 6 by 100. So from this expression, you can find out the value of P. So P is equal to 600 into, take these two values towards left side. Either you can simplify it at this step itself. For the convenience of this explanation, I am taking these all values towards left side. At that time, we can write this as 12 by 1 and this value as 100 by 6. So here we can simplify it like this. So what is the value here? That is 12, then put 4 zeros here. Got it? So that is 1,20,000. So here this is the answer. Okay, then move to the next question. The income of A is 20% higher than that of B. The income of B is 25% less than that of C. Then what percent less is A's income from C's income? So here we have to start from C. So here C's income, I just assume that as 100 because here B is connected with the C and A is connected with B, income wise. So here from this we can consider what is the income of B. here what is the income of B here. It is given that income of B is 25% less than that of C. So here 25% less than that of C. Therefore, we can write this as 75 because here we have to subtract 25 from this value because that comparison based on the income of C. Here we just simply start our assumption with 100, the income of C as 100, it's possible. So therefore, we have to consider the next variation. Here next variation in the sense the income of A is 20% higher than that of B. So this is 20% higher. So think about what is 20% of this value, that's equal to 15. So how we can reach the conclusion easily? You can easily catch 10% of any value. How to do it? Here 10% of 75 is nothing but 7.5. So it's 20%. That means 2 times of 7.5. That will be equal to 15. So 75 plus 15. So that is equal to 90. Then what we are going to find out? Here the income of A is what percentage less than the income of C. So that means what percent less is A's income from C's income. So here we start our assumption from this value. From this to this value, what's the decrease? So here which value we have to keep as the base of this operation? Z, because from C we have to consider that variation. So here we know that it's 10 decrease, right? 10 decrease, that's nothing but based on 10, therefore that is 10% decrease. So therefore we are sure this A's income is 10% less than that of C. Clear? So that's a basic idea, or that's a basic approaching style. So it's another repeated type of question, one of the previous set of exam questions. You already attended such a question. Most of the students are able to answer this question easily, and the students who are proficient in this idea, so without doing too much expansion process, you can easily make a conclusion from the given set of options itself, or you just simply count the number of steps here. So which is a basic requirement here. In this types of question, you just understand two things. So one thing, sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. This is the first basic identity. So required here. And the second one, that's the concept of allied angle. So allied angle in the sense sine 90 minus theta. So which is equal to cos theta. So based on these two understandings, you can find the answer of this type of question. Here, first of all, you have to rearrange the pattern. Sine square 5 plus sine square 6 plus etc. So then there are 85 terms. Therefore, I am considering sine square 44 plus sine square 45. So rest all the values I am writing in the reverse order. So I am writing sine square 46 here. Sine square 46, sine square 47, etc. Sine square. So this value it will be equal to 84. And the last one, this is sine square 85. So this is the arrangement. Here we know that each of these steps, so this is sine square 85, that is same as cos square 5. Sine square 84, that is same as cos square 6, just because of this allied angle. Because sine square 5, that is same as sine 90 minus 5. Sine 5 is same as sine 90 minus 5. So what it will become? Cos 5. Sine square 85 is same as cos square 5. Sine square 84 is same as cos square 86, and so on. So here we are simplifying the values like this. So therefore, what will happen? So this is finally, so this is cos square 44. Got it? So this one, it's simply existing here. You just consider the summation here. If you are taking the sum of these all values, how it will become? So here, this is, if you are considering the sum of this entire step of operations. So here, the entire step of operations, if you are doing the simplification process, this is sine square 5 by cos square 5, that is 1. Sine square 6 by cos square 6 is 1, etc., etc., this is 1. So what about sine square 45? As you know, sine 45 is equal to 1 by root 2. Sine 45 sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Hence the sine square 45, that is 1 by root 2 square, which is equal to 1 by 2. Therefore, this is finally 1 by 2. Here, the next very important understanding, how many ones here? How many ones here? So here 5, 6, etc. up to 44. So from 5 to 44, 5 to 44, how many terms there? So that is simply 44 minus 5 plus 1. So how many terms here? That is 44 minus 5 plus 1. So there are 40 terms. That's the way to find out the consecutive natural numbers from 4 or from 5 to 44. So from A to B, for finding the number of consecutive natural numbers, that is B minus A plus 1. Because there's 5 also included in the set. That's why we are considering like that. So therefore, such 40 numbers here. Therefore, 40 into 1 will be equal to 40. Plus this 1 by 2. So therefore, the final answer is 40 and 1 by 2. That's why I told you. So once you are familiar with the concept, with the help of that idea, you can easily find the answer of this type of a question without doing this much of too much expansion process. So you can directly find the answer. Next question. A and B have money in the ratio 2:1. If A gives rupees 2 to B, the money will be in the ratio 1:1. What were the initial amounts they had? So here, this is 1:1. That means the amount will become equal. So there you have to consider, initially that was in the ratio 2:1. All these options are satisfying like this. So at which time it will become 1:1. That you have to consider. In such a question, what you want to do, you just simply consider it from the options. Suppose we just consider, if A gives 2 to B. So here A gives 2 to B. At that time what will happen? So this A's 2 will diminish and B will get additional 2. So these are not in the ratio 1:1. Therefore, this is not the answer. And here again, this is minus 2, this is plus 2. Correct. So here this is 14, this is 10. Again, that's a problem. It's also not in the ratio 1:1. This one, this is minus 2, this is plus 2. What will happen here? This is equal to 6. So this one is also 6. Yeah, it's matching. Therefore, this is the answer. That's a simple approaching style. Clear? So then, how we can do this one? It's in another way. Suppose we just consider initial amount with A and B. So those are 2x and 1x respectively. We just consider initial amount with A. So that is 2x. And with B, which is 1x. What will happen? It is given that 2x minus 2, when B received this 2, both will become equal just because of that ratio, that is 1:1. To simplify this one, here we will get x equal to 4. If x equal to 4, then we can resubstitute here. So then 2x and x we just consider. It is given that x equal to, or we already found that x equal to 4. Therefore, 2 into 4, that is 8. Therefore, this is 4 itself. Therefore, we will get the values such as 8 and 4. So that's a direct approaching style, or this is the second one is the algebraic type of approach. The first one, that's a direct approaching style. From the options itself, we can catch it directly. Okay, then move to the next question. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Diagonals AC and BD meet at P. So first of all, we just draw a cyclic quadrilateral for getting the idea. So if you are drawing a cyclic quadrilateral in this case. So this is a cyclic quadrilateral. And here it is given that, so the radius, so cyclic quadrilateral, diagonals AC and BD meet at P. So for the convenience again, I am considering this quadrilateral will be like in the form of a rectangle for the convenience of this operation. So this is a cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, so this is a cyclic quadrilateral. Here the diagonals AB, AC and BD meet at P. So here this we can consider as A, B, C, D. Correct. So this AC and BD meet at P. This particular point is P. So this is P. So then what we have to find out, it is given that APB is 110. So this angle is 110 degree. CBD, where is CBD? CBD. So it is given as 30 degree. So then we have to find out ADB. So ADB we have to find out. This is we are going to find out. Clear? So from this diagram, we can find out the values easily. So how to do this one? Here we know that if it is 110, so what is this angle? Like that we can find out it. Clear? If this angle, this is angle BPC or CPB. So therefore, here we can consider angle CPB. So consider this one, CPB. What is this angle? This angle. So that is 180 degree minus 110 degree. Why? How we reached such a conclusion? Just because these are linear pairs. So angles are linear pairs. Because those two angles are sum will be equal to 180 degree. Here we got that angle equal to 70 degree. So if we got that angle as 70 degree, so this is 70 degree, then we can easily conclude what is this angle, So that is also, so there here, this is the sum of these three angles in this triangle BPC. Consider the triangle CPB. So therefore, the angle sum will be equal to 180. Therefore, what is this angle? So based on that logic, we can easily conclude. So therefore, angle ACB is equal to 180 minus sum of the other two angles 70 plus 30. So that is equal to 180 minus 100, that is 80 degree. So what is the concept here? So here, just because of angle sum property. Angle sum property in the sense, angle sum in this triangle CPB. And the next one, if you will get this angle, you can easily find out this angle. So here we know that this angle ADB is same as angle ACB. Why? So those are the angles made by the same arc. So here this is angles made by same arc. Got it? So here this ACB and ADB both are same. So therefore, what is the measure of angle ADB? That's a required angle here. So that is equal to 80 degree. So based on the circle properties, we can find the answer of such a type of question. The next question, the HCF and LCM of two numbers are 13 and 455 respectively. If one of the numbers lies between 75 and 125, then that number. So here, given that HCF is equal to 13, so therefore how we can assume those numbers or express those numbers? We can write those numbers are 13x and 13y. What is the relationship of x and y here? Here x and y, where x and y are coprimes. So that's the basic condition here, x and y. They don't have any common factor other than 1. Then how we can express their LCM? So that is simply 13 into xy. There's a way to express the LCM of such a number. So here 13 into xy, so which is equal to 455. So you can easily find out what is this xy. So that is 455 by 13. Got it? What is the value here? Here we know that 3 times of 13, that's equal to 39. Then 65 is there, that is 5. So then understand this particular point of step here. x into y equal to 35, and we know that the nature or the relationship between x and y are relatively prime. So then if x and y are relatively prime and their product will be equal to 35, then how we can connect this x and y here? Here x and y, there is only one possibility. If x and y are relatively prime, then we can consider x equal to 5 and y equal to 7 or vice versa. So the order doesn't matter. So if x equal to 5 and y equal to 7, we can consider which are the numbers here. Suppose here the first one, n1, as we assumed that as 13x. So therefore this is 13 into 5. So that is equal to 65. And what is n2? That is 13 into 5. So that is 30 into 7, which is equal to 91. So which is our required number? Our number should lie in between 75 and 125. So which lie in between 75 and 125? That's 91. So hence the answer is option 3. So that the value lie in between the given range. So this is a way to express a number in terms of HCF. And based on that expression, this is the way to express the LCM. So based on these understandings, we can find the answer of these types of questions. Okay, then move to the next question here. A candidate who gets 20% marks in an examination fails by 30 marks. But another candidate who gets 32% gets 42 marks more than the pass mark. Then the percentage of pass marks. It's a tricky question. So I will teach you how to answer these types of question in a smart way. So this is a mark line. Don't forget, it's a mark line. Mark line. Got it. So there is a particular point that's a pass mark. So this is the pass mark. First student scored 20% and fails by 30 marks. So here this is 20% and fails by 30 marks. And another student scored 32% and scored 42 marks more. 42 marks more. Clear? So there's a way. Here we can connect it. So what is this difference, or the score-wise difference and percentage-wise difference? If you are considering this percentage-wise difference, that is 20% and 32%. So there the difference is equal to 32% minus 20%. So that is equal to 12%. There. What is the score-wise difference here? Score-wise difference, that is equal to 30 plus 42. So that's equal to 72. So this 12% is actually 72 marks. Or we can convert it in the reverse form. 72 marks is 12% of the maximum mark. We can simply write it like this. 72 is representing 12%. So what is the required increase in percentage here? That's a tricky approach here. So what is the required increase in percentage here to reach this pass mark from this 20%? So there this value is 30%. We just simply consider. So what is this 30 marks? So what is the corresponding percentage of this 30 marks? Don't forget, what is this 30? This 30. Correct. So what is the percentage of this 30 marks? So there we can catch like this. This is of 72 is 12. So it's just divided by 6. Therefore, just divide this value by 6. Therefore, that is 5%. So what is the inference here? If it is 5%, that means we have to add a 5% with this 20 to reach the pass percentage. So therefore, we can conclude, therefore, the pass percentage. Got it? Or the percentage or marks required to pass the exam, that is 20% plus 5%, which is equal to 25%. So this is a tricky approaching style towards such a question. But again, while considering this question, so from the question itself, you can easily catch the answer by using a simple trick. Here we know that he scored 20% mark and failed, and 32% mark passed. So definitely answer should lie in between these two values. So therefore our answer should lie in between these two values, greater than 20%, less than 32%. Look at the set of options here. How many of them lies in that range? There is only one value. So by a simple observation, you can easily catch the answer of such a question. So don't forget such a chance. Then why I explained such a steps like this. For getting the idea, if there is not any favorable conditions like this, at that time we can approach the question like this way. But if there is a favorable chances like this in the form of options, you can apply that method. So you can save your time a lot. So move to the next question. 28 pairs of trousers quoted 23,800 are available at a discount of 20%. How many trousers can be bought for 8,160? So here 28 pairs of trousers quoted 23,800 are available at a 20% discount. So there we have to consider the discounted price here. If this marked price, so marked price of 28 pairs. So that is 23,800. So therefore, what is the selling price of 28 pairs? What is the selling price of 28 pairs? Here we know that it's at a discount of 20%. That means you have to simply consider what is 80% of 23,800. So 80% of 23,800. So why we are considering like this? So there is a discount or a deduction of 20% from this value. So you have to find 20% from this value. That's why we are considering that as 80%. Or otherwise, you just simply find out what is 20% of this value and subtract that value from here. So here this is simply, you just put this is 0. So this is 8 into 8, 64. 6 is there. 24 plus 6, 30. 3 is there. 16 plus 3, 19. So this is the amount. And we have to find out, so how many pairs of trousers can be bought for 8,160. So this is the price for 28 pairs. So then we have to find out what is the number of pairs here. So what you can consider, here we know that selling price of one pair. So that is 19040 divided by 28. Clear? So therefore, what we can consider, you can simplify it here, or directly you just move to the next step. Therefore, the number of pairs in this amount. So therefore, number of pairs or required number of pairs. Here we can consider it like this. Required number of pairs. That means this amount divided by this price. Therefore, that is 8160 divided by 19040 divided by 28, or this is 8160 into 28 divided by 19040. So we just simplify the values here. So if you are doing the simplification process, so here 0, 0 we can cancel. And what you can do, you just simplify these values with the 28. Suppose 1904, when we divide it by 28, how many 28 will be there in this value? Here we just do it like this. If we are doing it, suppose 7 times here. So 56, 5 is there. So this is 14 plus 5, that is 19. Therefore, that is only 6 times we can consider. So this is 6 times. So 48 is there, 4 is there. 12 plus 4, 16. So what is the remaining quantity here? That is 224. Correct. So then how it will become? So suppose it is 8 times. 8 into 8, 64. 6 is there. So 16 plus 6, that is 220. So therefore 68 times. So this will be equal to 68 times. Here this is 68. And the 68 and 816 we just simplified. How many times of this 68 will make this 816? So there we can easily catch it with the help of this unit digit. So while we are considering this one, this is 8 into which value will make this 6. There is only one such possibility, that is 12. So therefore for the simplifying this one, the answer will become 12. So that's the calculative type of approach. So with the help of this calculative method, we can find the answer. So understand the steps. First, you have to consider what was the selling price of such number of products. And we are converting it into the selling price of one pair. From there, we are catching. If it is the total expenditure, then how many pairs he purchased within that expenditure? Then the next question, it's based on a diagram here. It's a simple one. In the given figure, the tangent TQ and TP are drawn to the larger circle. Here we have a larger circle. This is TQ and this is TP. As we know, TQ equal to TP. Why? So these are the tangents to a common circle. Got it? Tangents to a common circle. So here, tangents to the same circle. So based on this reason, we can consider this, but the tangents are equal in length. And while we are considering another one circle, there is a small circle inside. So they are TP and TR. So here we can conclude again, TP equal to TR. Why? Because of the same reason. This time we are considering the second circle. That's only the difference. So if these values are same, like this, here TP is a connecting value. Therefore, what we can conclude here, TQ, which is equal to TR. Both these tangents are also equal. Find TQ is to TR. Therefore, what we can conclude, if these two tangents are equal, what is TQ is to TR, which is equal to 1 is to 1. So here the answer is option 1. That's a simple geometry related result-based approach. 2 taps can separately fill a cistern in 20 and 30 minutes respectively. Each of the taps is opened for a minute in turn. So that's one after another. But due to a hole at the bottom of the cistern and discharge of water through that, it takes 3 minutes more to fill the cistern. If the cistern is full of water, find the time taken by the hole to empty it. It's a standard question. As a 2-layer approach is required for this type of question. Once you are familiar with the LCM kind of approach towards such type of pipes and cistern questions, you can easily tackle it, but it will take time. So first, what you have to consider? You have to consider what the time taken by the system, both the inlet pipes, if they are working in turn. That means one after another in alternate minutes. So here, for this first part, so here the part 1. So for finding this part 1, here the inlet pipes, those 2 pipes here, suppose we just consider those 2 inlet pipes are A and B here. Thus pipe A, it's required 20 minutes to fill the tank. Another pipe required 30 minutes to fill the tank. You just simply take the LCM of these 2 values as the capacity. So here the LCM are 60 liter. So that means we are simply assuming that as LCM of the capacity of this tank. You just visualize the situation. This first pipe alone required 20 minutes to fill the 60 liter, in the sense it can fill 3 liter per minute. So that's the efficiency of this pipe. And the second one, it can fill 2 liter per minute. Don't forget they are planning to work in alternate time. So if they are working in alternate time, so therefore the total time. So how we can do the operations here? So the 60, when we divide the 60 by 3 plus 2. So here, if you are considering, so 3, 2, 3, 2, it will be like this. So there, what you have to do, this 60 divided by this 3 plus 2, 5. So here we know that that is equal to, we can directly write it, or otherwise it will be like this. I'm going to directly write it. We don't want to waste our time here. So this is 60. So it's completely divisible. Therefore, the total time in the sense that is 12 into 2. Why into 2? It's an alternate process. So first minute A will work and it will fill 3 liters. And second minute B will work, it will fill 2 liters. So therefore, in total, such 12 turns required. Therefore, that is 24 minutes. 24 minutes. Got it? So this is the first part of our question. And we are considering of the solution. Then we are moving to the second part. So that is part 2. So part 2. This time, we are considering that whole also. So here it is given that this A and B together require 24 minutes. So here, so A and B. Don't forget in turn wise, it's required 24 minutes. So but the third one, that's emptying. So therefore, A plus B minus C. So that is emptying. Hence it took 3 minutes more. 3 minutes more. That means 27 minutes. So here we have to take the LCM. What is 24 and 27? So 24 and 27, their LCM, that's equal to here 24 and 27. We know that both are divisible by 3, therefore 8 into 9. So this is equal to 72 into 3. 72 into 3. So what it is? 216. So therefore, here I am assuming the capacity of this tank at this time, that is 216 liter. And this A plus B together. So how much quantity of water it will fill in 1 minute if you are taking the average form. So that is equal to 216 by 24. So 216 by 24, that's equal to 9 liter. But if it will be 27, that is 8 liter. So that means, so take the difference of these two values, that's efficiency of C. So if you are considering the difference of these two values, so that is the efficiency of C. So that is 9 minus 8, which is equal to 1. So that means 1 liter per minute. This hole can leak or drain this tank. So we have to find out if the cistern is full of water and this leakage is only working, then how many seconds it's required or how many hours it's required to emptying the tank. Therefore, no doubt that we can easily conclude that will be equal to this 216, that's the total capacity, and 1 liter per minute. So therefore, this is the total time. So that is equal to 216 minutes. But our answers are in our format. So we can divide this value by 60. So that is 216 divided by 60. So how many times it will become? This is 3 times. That is 180. So this remaining is 36. So you can write it as 33 hours, 36 minutes. This 36 minutes you can write it as 36 by 60. Therefore, 3 hours. Both are divisible by 12. So therefore, 3 by 5 hours. 3 by 3 and 3 by 5 hours. So this is such a 2-layer type of operation related questions. First, you have to consider this alternate time requirement. Then we are connecting it with the second condition of the hole or leakage. Based on the leakage, we can reach a conclusion like this. So move to the next question. Pure ghee cost 100 per kilogram after adulterating it with vegetable oil costing 50 per kilogram. A shopkeeper sells the mixture at 96 per kilogram, thereby making a profit of 20%. So it's a key point here. In what ratio does he mix the two? It's the application of alligation. It's the application of alligation. So most you are familiar the concept of alligation from previous some of the questions which we discussed in the previous set of mock exams. There we explained the idea of this alligation. So first of all, what is the first step here? In such a type of question, here the selling price is 96 per kilogram. Here the selling price, that is rupees 96 per kilogram. So it made a profit. It makes a profit of 20%. Therefore, we have to consider what is the cost price here. So that is simply 96 by 120 into 100. What is the logic behind this one? So here the selling price 96 is nothing but 20% more than its actual cost price. Therefore, we can assume 120% of the cost price equal to 96. Hence, we are considering the reverse operation. If you need to find out the cost price, that is 96 by 120 into 100. So you can easily catch this price is rupees 80 per kilo. With the help of this value, we can apply this allocation. Here we just consider the allocations. So here we are allocating the cost price of pure ghee. Got it? Cost price of pure ghee and the cost price of vegetable oil. Cost price of vegetable oil. Got it? So here it is given that the cost price of pure ghee, that is 100. And the cost price of the vegetable oil, that is 50. But the cost price of, in the sense that's the average cost of this mixture, we found that is equal to 80. So then we just take the differences. That's the method of this allocation. We just take the difference here. So this is 80 minus 50, so which is 30. And take the difference here. This is 100 minus 80, so that is 20. Or these quantities are in the ratio 3:2. That means pure ghee and vegetable oil should mix in the ratio 3:2. So therefore, the answer is option 2. Clear? And here, one more important understanding in these types of questions. Here, the option and the one option is also there. That is 2:3. That's in a confusing manner. But in which order our question given these two products? The same order they are expecting as a final answer. Hence, the answer is 3:2. So here, pure ghee given as first and vegetable oil mentioned as the second quantity here. Therefore, as per that order, we have to present our answer if there are confusing options like this. So there you don't want to worry about that point, only you have to follow the given order. The next question, a metal sheet 27 meter long, 8 meter broad, 1 centimeter thick is melted into a cube. The difference between the surface areas of the two solids. So that's a quite interesting question. Logically, you can think about, or you just visualize the situations. Here, it is a metal sheet in the sense that's in the form of a cuboid, right? So it's in the form of a cuboid. So while we are considering the form of a cuboid, it will be like this. So it's a metal piece. We are considering like this. Got it? So this metal piece, there it will be like 27, 8, and this is 1. Clear? 1 unit. We are melted into a cube. We are forming it as a cube. So it's in the form of a cube. So the difference between the surface areas. So here, what is the surface area of this cuboid? So surface area of cuboid. So that is 2 times of length into breadth, breadth into height, length into height. So as per the given data, that is 2 times of 27 into 8. That's only the calculative part here. And 8 into 1. And finally, 27 into 1. That's it. So here we can simplify it 2 times of. So what is 27 into 8? So that is 8 into 7, 56. 5 is there. 16 plus 5. That is equal to 216 plus 8 plus 27. So just add up together, then what you will get? So this is 2 times of, here, 7 plus 8, 15 plus 6, 21. 2 is there. 2 into 2 plus 2, 4. 4, 21 plus 4, 25. So that is 251. This is equal to 502 centimeter square. And what is the next trick? Here, if you are melting this iron piece and to form it as a cube, so which quantity or which measures are equal? Here the volumes are same. Therefore, here we can consider that volume of cube in this context, that is same as volume of cuboid. In this context, don't forget that. What is the volume of cuboid? That is length into breadth into height. So which is equal to 27 into 8 into 1. So that is 216 centimeter cube. As we know, the volume of a cube, how to find out the volume of a cube here? So volume of a cube is nothing but a cube. So this is a cube. A cube in the sense, here the sides are a. So then what is the value of a here? A is 6 centimeter. As we know, thus 216 is nothing but the cube of 6. Therefore, the surface area of cube. So that is 6a square. 6a square, that is the surface area, because this cube has 6 faces. Each face are in the form of squares. Therefore, the area of each square equal to a square. Then that will be equal to 6a square. So here 6a square is nothing but 6 into 6 square, which is also equal to 216 centimeter square. So now we have two values here. So first one, that is the surface area of cuboid, and 216 square, that is 216 centimeter square, that is the surface area of the cube. Therefore, the difference between required difference or difference between surface areas. Difference between surface areas that we have to find out in this question. So the difference is 502 minus 216. Just find the difference here. This is 6. So that will be equal to 8. So therefore this is 3, that is 286 centimeter square. So that a bit calculative type of question. Here the answer is 286 centimeter square. So here the answer is option 2. Then move to the next question. Here, a bag contains 50 paise, 25 paise, 10 paise coins in the ratio 5:9:4, which amounts to 206. Find the number of coins of each type in the given order. So first of all, you have to consider the options. Which options are in this form? 5:9:4. By using that simple trick, you can easily catch it. That's a very simple trick. So at least that middle term should be a multiple of 9. Look at here. Only one this option. Rest all are not satisfying. Therefore, no doubt this is the answer. Clear? Anyway, if the options are not that much support to you, then what you can do? So that's the next step. Don't forget, while we are attending these types of questions, means ratio-wise approaches, with the help of ratios, you can easily tackle it. So never waste such a chance. So while you are attending the further mock exams at that time, what you want to do? You just try to apply these logical conclusions. And you have to check the success rate of such type of logical conclusions. Like that, you can develop your confidence to apply those types of tricky approaching styles. So now we are considering here the number. So here, number of 50 paise coins. Number of 50 paise coins. So here I am considering that as 5x. So here 25 paise coins. So as per this ratio, that is 9x. And the last one, that is 10 paise coins. So here that is 4x. It is given that the total amount is 206. Therefore, we can consider this one. The 50 paise coins, there are 5x coins. Therefore, that is 50 into 5x plus 25 into 9x plus 10 paise 4x. So total amount is rupees 206. But you have to consider that you have to express in the form of coins. So just multiply and simplify it. So this is 250 plus 25 into 9, that is 225, plus 10 into 4, that is 40. so of x is equal to 20600. So while add up together, so here 250 plus 225, so that's equal to 475. So 475 plus 40, 315. X is equal to 20,600. Hence, you will get the value of x. Here, this is 20,600 divided by 315. So, use the simple operations here. So, what you will get? So, if you are doing the operations, this is so this value, it will be equal to. So, this calculation part we just consider. So, this is not 315. What is the value here? So, if you are doing 250, 225. So, that's equal to 475 plus 40. So, that's equal to 515. Got it? 550. 515 x equal to 20,600. Therefore, what is x here? That is 20,600 divided by 515. So, we can easily do it. This is equal to 4 times or 40 times of this value be equal to 20,600 by observing the value here. So, once you got the values like this, just directly substitute the values here. This is 5 into 40. So, this is 5 into 40. So, that is 200. And this is 9 into 40. So, that is 360. And the last one 4 into 40. So, that is 160. Therefore, the answer is the first option. So, that's a ratio-wise approach, but I already mentioned the first type of approach for catching similar type of questions. Move to the next question. The difference between the compound interest and the simple interest on a certain sum of money at 12% per annum for 2 years is ₹90. We know that the basic result, difference between simple interest and compound interest for 2 years. For 2 years, there is a direct result, P into R by 100 the whole square. By using this result, we can catch the answer here. P into P, we are going to find out. So, what is R here? 12. 12 by 100 the whole square. So, that is 90. So, we can find it. So, P. So, we can simplify this quantities here. Both the values are multiples of 4. So, therefore, this is 3 by 25. The whole square is equal to 90. Or this P is 90 into 25 square by 3 square. As we know, 3 square equal to 9. So, therefore, this is 10 into 625. So, that is 6250. So, by using this result, P into R by 100 the whole square, we can find the answer of such a question easily. Move to the next question. Okay, move to the next question. Here, in the examination, a student's average marks is 63 per paper. If he had obtained 20 more marks for his geography paper and 2 marks for his history paper, his average per paper would have been 65. How many papers were there in the examination? So, here we just consider, let the number of papers, so be n. Got it? So, then 63 per paper, that means initial sum, that is 63 into n, because there are n papers, each paper his score is 63. So, what happened? He earned 20 marks more in one paper and 2 marks more in another paper. This is his new total. So, what happened? His average paper would have been 65. So, therefore, this new total we can express like this, that is 65n. By simplifying this one, what we will get? This is 65n minus 63n. So, that is equal to 2n. This is 20 plus 2, that is 22. So, what is the value of n here? N is equal to 11. So, we need to find out the number of papers here. Therefore, the number of papers is 11 here. By using the simple trick, that's a basic conventional type of approach. We are not using any kind of other logical methods for finding the answer of such a simple question. We can find the answer like this. The next one, ABC, it invests a certain investment for time period in the ratio of 3:4:2. At the end of business terms and received profits in the ratio 5:6:1. Find the ratio of the investment of A, B, and C. So here, if you are considering the profit, means first I am writing profit. So profit in the ratio 5:6:1. And the period of investment or the time of their investment are also in the ratio 3:4:2. Then the capitals or the investment, find the ratio of investments. So investments in the ratio. That is simply, this is for profit divided by time. So investment ratio is nothing but profit divided by time, because we know that this investment ratio into time ratio, the product will be equal to the profit ratio. Therefore, we are converting it in the reverse order. Therefore, this is 5/3:6/4:1/2. Of further simplification, this is 5/3:2. This value is equal to 3. And what about this value? That is equal to 1/2. This is 3/2. This is 1/2. So for avoiding this denominator, we just multiply all these values by the LCM of the denominators. What's LCM of the denominator here? That is 6. Just multiply them by 6. Then what you will get? So this is 5/3 into 6, that is equal to 10. 3/2 into 6 equal to 9. 1/2 into 6 equal to 3. Therefore, the ratio of the investments is 10:9:3. Got it? So it's another a common type, typical one. How to answer this type of a question? So there are infinite terms here, √6 plus √6 plus √6 plus infinite terms. So actually in this question, it's not exactly infinity. So we have to consider that tends to infinite terms. So what do you have to do in such a question? So we are assuming it will be like this. So let x equal to this expression, 6 plus √6 plus √6 plus etc. infinite terms. So what is the interesting point in such a type of question? Here we know that after this step, after the first step, so this remaining, the circled portion is also another 1x. So what you can do, what we can write the steps like this. This is x equal to √6 plus x. 6 plus x. Then after this step, for finding the value of x, we are squaring this term. So we are squaring. So then we will get x square equal to 6 plus x. Or this is x square minus x minus 6 equal to 0. Or we know that how to factorize this one. X minus 3 into x plus 2 is equal to 0. How to do it? The sum of these two roots will be equal to -1 and the product should be equal to -6. So from there we will get the value of x as x equal to +3 or -2. But while observing this observation, here we know that x is a positive value. Got it? Therefore we have to consider x is greater. Therefore we have to take, so here as x greater than 0. As x greater than 0. So the value of x we can take as 3. Then why we reach such type of two values here as the value of the conclusions like this? Those are the values of x here. It's just because we depend quadratic at this point for finding the answer. So quadratic has a common nature. It should give two roots. So, but as per the situation, we have to consider which is a suitable value in such a situation. So, in such situation, here we know that this expression, it won't be negative. So, therefore, we have to consider the positive value here. So, therefore, x is equal to 3 only. So this is the conversion. But there is a tricky approach towards this types of all the questions we can easily catch. So here, so whenever we are approaching such type of questions, we just consider if it will be like root 6, root 6, root 6, etc. You observe, can we express this 6 as a product of two consecutive natural numbers? Here we know that the 6 can be expressed as the product of two consecutive natural numbers. So then, what is the value of this expression? Here, we are simply observing that the 6 is nothing but 2 into 3. So this value, that is 2 into 3. So here, if we can express the given value like this, so then if the expression like this, 6 plus root of 6 plus root of 6, etc., infinite terms, so answer is directly this 3. You can directly write it. If this value, if we can express that as a product of two consecutive natural numbers, and this is plus, then write the largest value. Instead, you may get the questions with the negative. That means 6 minus root of 6 minus root of 6 minus, etc., infinite terms. So what will be the value at that time? You have to take the least value, that is 2. So there is a direct conclusion. So whenever we are approaching such a type of question, that's the most interesting type of approach. You can easily catch the answer with the help of this conclusion. It becomes a 1 second approach. So now we can consider the next set. So that's a data interpretation set. Study the following pie chart and the table carefully. Answer the following questions. Percentage breakup of employees working in various departments in the organization. And the pie chart. And that's representing the total employees distribution. But this first table, it gives the number of male members in each department. And it is given that the total number of employees is 800. So first question. So total number of employees is 800. So don't forget that point. So here, our first question we can consider. Total 800. Okay. The number of males working in marketing department. So males working in marketing department is what percent of the total number of employees working in that department? So total number of employees working in marketing department is 10%. So here we are considering the marketing department. Got it? So the marketing department. So the total number of employees, that is 10% of 800, which is equal to 80. And the male employees from that department, so from the table we can easily catch that is 50. So the number of male in this marketing department is what percent of the total number of employees working in that department. Therefore, the required percentage. So required percentage. So here we are going to find out this 50 is what percentage of 80. 50 is what percentage of 80. Here, if you are well aware about that fractional value 5 by 8, so then we can easily catch it. So here, what is 5 by 8 here? So we know that 1 by 8 is equal to 12.5. Therefore, 5 by 8. So what will be the value here? That is equal to 62.5. 62.5. So in the given set of options, the most nearest value to that quantity, that is 63. So that is approximately, it's a rounded figure. So the answer is 63%. Clear? Move to the next question. Here. Same data. Here total, it is given as 800. So here what do you want to find out? What is the respective ratio between the number of females working in HR department and the total number of employees in that department? So here we are considering this HR department. So HR department. So first we have to consider the total number of employees here. total number of employees from HR department, that is 5%. So this is 5% of 800. So that is equal to 40. Because 10% is 80, its half is 5%. And the male employees in HR department, consider the male employees in HR department, that is 12. So take the difference here, that's the number of female members. So female members here. So that is 28 here. So we have to find out the respective ratio between the number of females working in HR department to the total number of employees. So here, so female is to total. That we have to consider based on this HR department, that as 28 is to 40. We know that both these values are multiples of 4. So therefore this is 7 is to 10. So the answer is option 4. Okay, then we can consider the next question here. So this is a final question. Here we are considering the total number of males working in the production department is what percent of the total number of employees working in that department. Here we are considering the production department. Production department. So here the total employees in the production department. So here there is 35%. So this is 35% of 800. So 240 plus 40, that is 280 here. Got it? And here the number of male employees in that department. Here the number of male employees in that department. It is given that the number of male employees in production department is 245. So we have to find out this 245 is what percent of 280. That's it. So here we are considering the required percentage values. So here the required percentage. So this 245 is what percent of 280. So we have to do the operation like this. So while doing such a type of step of operations, you can depend the options also for finding the answer here. So instead I'm doing the operations while I'm simplifying these two values by 5. So then this will be equal to 49 by 56 into 100. So here we know that 49 and 56 both are multiples of 7. So this is 7 by 8 into 100%. What is 7 by 8? So 7 by 8 into 100, that's equal to 87.5%. So here the answer is option 1. So these are the sets of questions, the quantitative aptitude questions in the CET model exam. So you got some of the basic insights or some of the tricky approaching styles in most of the questions. Like that, you have to observe your improvement in these areas. So you have to check whether there are any change in your understanding level and your level of proficiency. So you have to collect all the information you got from this set of discussed questions. So based on that idea, you can further move to attend the questions in your actual exam. So at that time, you got almost all the varieties, all the levels of difficulty levels of questions through these set of mock exams. So there are some of the questions are subjective. So some of the questions are logically interpreting type of questions. So it's in a mixed form of all the skills. So if you are seriously observe these all exams, students, maybe you attended the exam at that time, you couldn't perform well. So what you have to do, you just go through the test series again. You have to watch the video solutions and just collect the information related to each and every questions. Those are the very important requirement or the required type of practices for that kind of a successful performance at the time of your exam. So I hope you will do it like that. Right now we can wind up. Thank you.